Hi there. So today I am out here back in the lane and I'm going to be planting up some more Heuchera that I got for 50% off. Most of these I got today that we're going to plant I got for $3 a piece, which is really great. Here in Michigan we have like end of season big clearance blowouts where a lot of the garden centers just want to get rid of the product because we have like a really wintry snowy season where everything just closes down, and so there's really no time to sell that kind of stuff. It's better to sell it at the end of the season than for the garden centers to kind of try to overwinter it. But anyway, I'm gonna be moving a few things around. So this bed that I'm gonna be working in today, we just put it in last year. We deal with a bit of a drainage situation up here where the soil isn't the greatest. I have really great soil in a lot of my garden, but up here it's more clayey in areas, a little sandy in areas, and then there's also a really low spot up there that floods a lot and retains a lot of moisture anytime we get rain. And so I've been moving things around, seeing what works where, and just kind of figuring this whole area out since it's pretty new. And so today I'm going to be moving around a couple of quince that I got from my Aunt Mary Beth. If you guys remember last year, my Aunt Mary Beth got me 2 quince plants, and I know they're beautiful because she got my sister 2, and my sisters look completely different than mine. My sisters are like this big already, they bloomed, they look gorgeous, and this is what mine look like. See it? No, you can't see it because it's right there. So that is my quince plant, and I'm not kidding you, my sister's quince plant is like beautiful. It's as big as that Shasta daisy right there, and that's what mine looks like. So it obviously does not like it here. I don't really know why. I don't think it's a drainage situation because this area doesn't flood like that area does down there. I have another quince, so she got me 2 of them, and it's down here, and it does the same thing. And this is completely different. This kind of gets a lot more moisture down here. So, you know, it's completely different moistures. I think it just might be the soil up here. I'm really not sure. So I'm gonna dig those up and find a new spot for those. And then I was kind of messing around with these peach Flambé Heucheras. I need to find a spot for those. I've got 5 of them. So I was kind of placing them in a few different spots and finding a spot for them. The only thing about those is I looked them up, and it does say that they like shade to part shade. With that said, the Heuchera in my yard really loves a lot more sun than a Heuchera in a typical yard, I guess, because I'm in Michigan and we don't have as severe summer's heat and sun. I'm gonna wait till that plane goes by. So lucky for me, it actually does really well the more sun it has. And it did say on the tag, as long as it has enough moisture, which it definitely has out here, it should be fine. I'll just have to keep an eye on it and make sure that it doesn't the leaves don't start getting like brown and crusty. But you know, this is a clearance plant. I got it for half off that price. So we'll see. The worst that could happen is, you know, I notice it getting kind of crunchy and I move it. This one right here, the Georgia peach, this looks like it can stand a little bit more sun than the peach Flambé. So I was thinking about putting it out here. Thought we needed a little bit of red out here. It might be pretty actually around my caramel Heuchera. So I could put like I got 5 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will kind of carry that red color up here. So that's what I'm thinking. And if I see anything else I want to move, I might move it. This I put in this area. This is the area that gets flooded, and I already see signs of struggle, and so I think I'm going to move it. I do not want to lose this plant. This is a tiny quick fire, and I don't want to lose it. So I'm going to move it out of this area. And unfortunately, I was thinking I might just have to put some sort of like fountain there or bird bath or something. I don't need another bird bath. I already have 3 of them, but I might just have to put some sort of hardscape right there, because I did put a little stack of rocks and I think those look kind of cool. But until I figure out what can go in that area, I mean, gosh, I don't even know, maybe some kind of clover grass or something. I don't know. I'm still thinking. So I'm gonna save that hydrangea before it gets any worse, and maybe we'll plug it in somewhere else. But for now, oh, this is another thing too. I pulled that sun patient out again, and I'm just gonna go ahead and put that what is it, firelight tidbit right there. That only gets, it said 1 to 3, I think, or 2 to 3 feet tall and wide. So I think that'll be a really pretty plant right in that section. And I gotta find a new spot for that poor plant. But that's kind of what we're doing today. Just moving things around, trying to find better spots for them, and plugging in some new additions. Life is over. Time for leaving be no more. Guide me gently, safely to the kingdom shore, to the shore. Seems like it's like rooted in really well. Let's see. Just like elevate it a little bit. Maybe it was like buried too deep or something. I don't know. It's just all clay. That's probably it. Where could I put these? Yeah, this is like, it's finding a hard time rooting through all of this bad clay soil. And it's still living, it wants to live. It doesn't like it up here. So we'll give it a better chance. Boy, that one was really rooted in too. It's trying. Like, yeah, look at that. It's just not the greatest soil. I'm used to like throwing anything in down in the gully and it just takes off, but soil up here has been a little bit of a challenge. And I would add some stuff to it, but I don't have anything at the moment. So we'll just find another spot for it. The lamb's ear is doing all right. You can see a little bit of it is struggling, but it should be just fine. Right after I dug the grass out and transplanted it, it was like really, really hot for 3 days, like hot and humid, 90 degrees. So it should bounce back. Where could I put that quince? It does need sun. This area gets sunny, but I'm struggling right now in here too because the chipmunks are digging in here. But it is a lot better soil. Let's see if we can find another spot. And this is starting to get into the shady areas. Let's see. I could put them over there in that bed. Yeah, let's do that. So these are all annuals right here. There all are 3 little salvias, but all of these begonias will not come back. So I was thinking about putting one of the quince right in here. And then I'll put the other one on the other side. This soil is a lot nicer. Really rich and black. Pretty much everything does great in here, so hopefully they'll like their new spots. And like I said, I know it looks a little weird right here, but all these red begonias will be gone next year, and then hopefully this quince will kind of take over. I've been pulling weeds too. This garden over here gets really weedy. Okay, let's go put this one on the other side. I don't like how there's just 2 of these little bunny fountain grass. Oh, there's weeds in there too. I had 3 of them, but one of them died. So that's why there's only 2. So I'm either want to find one more and go that way, or dig this one up and put it on that side too. That way it'll kind of mirror each other. So, shoot, maybe we should have done that. Gotta get out here and get all these weeds. All the rain that we've been getting, the plants love it, but the weeds love it too. Maybe I could put it back here. Yeah, let's do that. Put it back there. Oh my gosh, this needs weeded so bad. Wow. This is really bad, guys. I don't really get over in this garden very much. Okay. Just for now, just to see how it does, and so you can even see that. So I'll put it right there. And my sister's is actually a really decent size, so it should fill that area up if it likes it. We'll see. A little bit later, I had to go in because it was so muggy and hot and take a break, but I just came out to show you what we did, and I see this praying mantis. It's pretty cool. I don't think I've ever seen a brown one before. Usually they're green. Alright, let's go check out what we did. It's starting to take shape and come together. I know it takes a while for me, especially because, you know, when you start with a giant blank space like this, it's really hard to tell what to do where and how things are gonna like the soil, the moisture amounts, the sun exposure. So it's just really a learning experience, I guess, until you figure it out. And that's what's cool about plants. You just move them and move them and move them until you find a good spot. Over here, I'm loving this little section. It's kind of coming together. I did put that pretty white rock there, so I don't know, I like that white color. Maybe I could put a little patch of like white impatiens next year or something. But it looks really nice. I've got this big open space now back here for something amazing, maybe another cool hydrangea. The hydrangeas seem to really love it out here, so I'm hoping that one does really good. This is the firelight tidbit that we put there. It's 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, so I think it'll love it right there. And then we added these peach Flambé Heuchera. It took me a minute to figure out where to put the 5th one. I was debating on whether to put it there, or there, but I decided to put it at the end of that row. And then what I did is this salvia right here, it reseeds itself, and it had reseeded itself into a couple plants. So I put one of them right there, I dug it up and put one there, and then I dug another one up and put it right here. So now I'll have 5 of the salvia right there. This is where I ended up moving my tiny, I don't remember what it's called, tiny quick fire. And hopefully it starts looking a little better. I kind of knew it wasn't going to do good in that spot because of the flooding. And this is where I ended up putting that impatient that I moved again. And, oh, forgot about this. Oh, these look so pretty. Oh, I love that. I hope they do okay up here. Like I said, you just never know. This area is elevated a little bit, so when it does flood over here, it doesn't get the stuff up on this little hill, I guess. So I think it will be fine as far as the moisture, and that will actually help. I mean, it does get a lot of moisture up here, and that will help with the sun exposure that it gets. But this caramel heuchera does just fine out here, so I'm hoping that the what is it called? Georgia peach does really well too. So I thought that was kind of pretty. I put it right next to that rock. That rock I actually dug out of the ground right there. But yeah, I think it's looking really nice and colorful. And the only annuals I have out here are these little bits of sun patience. I think it's really fun to try to plant things that have color all season long. But it's coming together. I just have to kind of brainstorm on this section because that's the area that floods. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. It has just been a lot of fun to put this lane in over here. Like I said, Nate and I put that in last summer, and it's been so much fun being able to experiment with different sun plants. I don't have a lot of sun down here. This is mostly shade, so I don't have a lot of spots where I can plant a lot of sun plants. I mean, I could make more garden beds. I've got tons of yard I could dig up and make more garden beds, but it's been a lot of fun to try different things, like more hydrangeas and stuff like that I really love, some more penstemon, some daisies, and even try things that I had in the shade, try to move them and get them up here and see how much better they do. Like my lady's mantle. You probably heard me talk about my lady's mantle before. I had it down here. In fact, I'll show you. I had several plants down here for years, maybe like 3 or 4 years, and they did horrible. They had way too much shade, and it was probably part sun, but they had way too much shade, and I thought, I'm gonna move them up into the lane, and they instantly got better. I've got this massive patch of lady's mantle, and it's beautiful. I love it so much, and I'll show you. I left 3 plants from where I had them previously, and they're doing horrible still. I need to move them is what I need to do. I just haven't done it yet. Maybe we'll do that next. But they're right down here. This is where I had those other plants, and there's one right there. So that's a plant, and then this, when I planted them, I will say, when I planted them, that hosta was not that big. It only went to like right there. But still, there's a plant there. So I got 1, 2, that tiny little plant, and then there's a tiny one down here. They all were beautiful when I planted them down here, and they've just shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. So my plan is to move those 3 and get them up in the lane, because I just know that they're gonna love it a lot better up there. Oh, I'm glad I walked down here because I forgot my water. Sorry, buddy. Well, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day today. Nate and I are actually heading tomorrow up to Mackinac Island again. We're gonna be celebrating our anniversary up there for a couple of days, so I'll probably take you guys along. I know I feel like I'm always going to Mackinac Island. This is our 3rd trip this year. This is the most we've ever been in one year, but we just simply love it up there. To get away for a couple of days, it's the perfect place for us to go, because it just forces you to relax and take a breath and just not be so like uptight and rush about things. I mean, if you want to get around, are you leaving? Oh, he's got football tonight. I'm gonna go say bye to him. But if you want to get around somewhere, you either have to walk or take a bicycle or take a carriage with a horse. So it's a great place to just relax, and it forces you to slow down and just enjoy every single moment. So that's what we're gonna be doing. But we'll say bye to Nady.
Okay, love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. See ya. Have good luck.
Thanks.
Love you too. So he's heading off to his first football scrimmage. I guess they got like a scrimmage going on today, and the kids don't have school on Friday. Today's Thursday, so they're gonna go do that. And he said, do you either want to come down on the field with me? Do you want to just sit in the stands, or do you just not want to go? And I was like, oh. I didn't know not going was an option. So I told him I wasn't gonna go, but I'm gonna go. I'll show up. I will be at the football game. He doesn't know it, but anyway. Okay, so I hope that you have a wonderful day and you are enjoying your garden as much as I am. These last summer hot days. But until next time, I hope that you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later. Bye.